So fun fact, if you reload your save, then those characters move around, so I thought I'd have to deal with that off screen, but now I don't even have to. Once again, I find myself unable to resist the Siren Song of Shovel Knight, which is strangely apropos because today we're going to be taking on Treasure Knight in Atlantis. Now that is why I do the CRT LOTS filter. The way the background just kind of all blurs together into a nice underwater mosaic. That is the stuff that CRT filter dreams are made out of. That's unfortunate. So this is a normal attack. So there's no... Well, you can't fire them out. Okay, we've fallen for their trap because we are stuck now. Alright, let's try shoveling their shell. Whoa! Okay. Problem solving at its finest. Ooh, and we get some gold for our troubles. Once again, showing that, basically when your character only has one tool for dealing with, problems, you use that one and only one tool. Well, let's try something. No? Okay, so we're making progress, I guess. There we go, that's the mother lode. Oh, okay, so it does seem like Shovel Knight's gravity is affected by being underwater, which is a common underwater level staple. Ah, good. Some magic recovery, because I used all my magic doing I don't really understand what. Okay, are these enemies worth it to kill? Well, they take 2 shots, so I'm gonna say no. I don't know if I'm just impatient or if everyone's like this, but it kind of feels like if an enemy takes 2 shots to defeat, then sometimes it's just not even worth the trouble of dealing with. Now, if an enemy takes like 1 shot, for some reason I find myself always strangely compelled to take care of them. But if it's just 2 shots, then that's a no-go. 2 shots, too slow. I guess it's one of those things where, like, follow the path of least resistance. Also, strangely enough, the ore seems to be in air bubbles. I'm not actually sure how accurate that is. Platforming-wise, though, that does add a slight... Well, speaking of a slight bit of danger, okay, we've got a ton of enemies just kind of hanging around that exit there. How much you want to bet Shovel Knight can get squished and die? How much you want to bet? Then we'll find out. Oh, okay, so I spent enough money that now my money bags are getting smaller. So buying that charge shield power-up was worth it, I guess. Alright, so by holding it down longer, I think, you can modulate Shovel Knight's jump speed. Oh man, that's heart-wrenching, heart-nerving, ranking. It's not a good thing that those jumps and those areas. I mean, again, this is an entire game built on that feeling of, oh my god, will I make it through the platforming? Oh man, giant eels! I haven't seen giant eels in a video game like this since I played Metal Slug 3. It was Metal Slug 3, right? Yeah, the underwater level. Oh my god, that underwater level. If you ever lost your sub, you were just like... I mean, you have to swim it by hand, so to speak. Metaphorically by hand. I mean, you're still in a suit. But like, oh my gosh. It's such a loss when you lose your sub in an underwater game. Oh, speaking of subs in underwater games and non-contextual statements, Super Mario Land had a sub. Those were good times. Those levels were a bit harder than normal, but they were still good times. Good times. That was a long time. That was a long ways back to die, so I'll meet you back there. And we are back. Okay. That's as dangerous as possible, but who said collecting gold would be... That's just disappointing, you know? Like, I can see the gold, but I can't collect it. Not without dying. Maybe there's a power-up that gives you invincibility too. Yeah, I was wondering what the deal was with these palette-swapped crabs, but I guess the deal is they're just straight-up invincible. Oh! And a checkpoint, because I was kind of feeling like there should have been a checkpoint, although there probably should have been a checkpoint in the last room. On a scale of 1 to Shovel Knight, how suspicious does this scene look? I'm going to say Shovel Knight. Okay, does Shovel Knight go into it? I can't believe, why is Shovel Knight even shocked at this point? It's like, you saw this coming, and if you didn't, then you are kind of blind. Oh, I'm seeing why this could be a hard boss. So is this a platforming section or a boss battle? Because at first I thought it was a boss battle, and you had to attack the weak point of the treasure chest. But if you think about it, why would the treasure chest be the boss's weak point? It's not even physically attached to it. Really, Shovel Knight? You're shocked the second time. The only thing I'm shocked about is that you're still shocked about this. But if you think about it, why would a treasure chest be the boss's weak point? Well, somebody's going home a pauper today. Because, I mean, that doesn't make any sense. The treasure chest isn't even like, well, I guess it is physically attached to the boss, but it's not like, you know, nerve ending attached. Oh, so it was both. So I was just saying, man, it's absurd. Why is the treasure chest the weak point? And then the whole time I thought the treasure chest wasn't actually the weak point. But it was! It was the whole time! Good gosh. It's just one of those things where, like, as kids, we all learn how video games work, but it's sort of orthogonal to how the world at large works. I kind of see how this works. Basically, you can't pogo him, but you can attack him otherwise. Man, I'm gonna have to resist my urge to press up. What? I don't even get anything per se. I just get the opportunity to buy? What is this? Like a timeshare offer? Good gosh. Well, yes, your great deals are usually... Come on, man. Credit? Credit? Come on. An unstoppable arc of destruction. Whatever, I still have the fireball. Although it's pretty clear that that's like the Castlevania throwing axes, which, I'm gonna be honest here, is a very, very good power-up to have. In Castlevania, well, it's kind of second only to the Holy Water, but that's really only because the Holy Water does so much damage. Honestly, I really like the arc of the axes. And especially, too, if you're, well, I guess I haven't really played a Castlevania game per se. I mean, I have played Castlevania Bloodlines, but, okay. Ooh. Come on. Isn't there any sort of way to save yourself? Oh well. Man, we are just hemorrhaging money. Which is fine, because it's not like we needed those power-ups. Although I think what you can do is you can go back and revisit levels and earn money like a scrub. So if you ever really get stuck, there are various scrub ways to do it. But I mean, they are going to make you feel bad for doing it. Which makes sense, like you should feel a little bad for... So I mean, I got damaged, but I also got all my gold, and I made it completely, so I don't know why that was such a big deal. No. Okay. So then, bop. Can't hit me. This one is actually really easy, you just hold up and you automatically go on the ladder, which is nice. This one, you cannot go with any fear, but you do have to at least wait a second. Oh, how handy to have a backup platform. Oh, geez. Just think, that could be me wielding that power. Yeah, using that charge shot to great effect. And, no, it's probably just boring gold. Although, if I got enough gold, could I backtrack to the seller merchant guide? Look at me and all my dreams of earning money. No. There's no dreams of earning money. There's no money to be had in this game. This is a realistic simulation of poverty. That's what this game is. Now I'm realizing that, like, I probably shouldn't base my strategy moves on being hit by the manta ray and, like, using him to damage boost to the next thing, but, like, sometimes you gotta go with the strategies that work, not the strategies that you want to work. And so I say, hey, manta ray, you want to damage boost me? It works for me. I can't get there on my own skill, so I'll gladly take some skill from you. And then, well, I guess I'll leave that gold uncollected. Well, speaking of uncollected gold, but, and you thought the charge power would be useless. It's like, why would you ever need to use the charge power? It's because every enemy approaches you. Okay, now for some tricky maneuvering. Okay, that was a little too tricky. So if you didn't quite catch what I did shoot the platform. That much is clear. But I was also on the little bit of the platform that doesn't shoot. But naturally, that kind of freaked me out. And so that means, that means I moved. And so I fell off the tiny bit of platform. That's kind of disappointing. That's one of those mechanics that it's like, I really wish I had read the fine print, but I kind of understand why they didn't just tell me all the fine print. Yeah, I'm not going for that 40 gold. Honestly, I just want to not die again for the third time in the same spot. You know what? Take my hearts. You earned them. You earned my hearts fair and square. Besides, I got a lot of hearts. Shovel Knight is a lover. He's got a lot of hearts left. Okay. Now I know to stay on the right. Oh, cool. If it doesn't physically hit anything, then, it doesn't explode. Okay. This seems dangerous, and I see my reward. Tempting, sweet reward. Okay. Now I've got a checkpoint. Now I can just do whatever I feel like. Okay. Oh. Well, just in case you were wondering, can I go down that pit and still land on that anchor? The answer is no. The answer is no. Can I get my gold back? The answer is sort of. Sort of. Alright, can I do it right this time? The answer is yes. Yes, I can. Easy going. Wow. Now, one thing I gotta really praise Shovel Knight for is they are throwing a lot of concepts at you. Now, I mean, this isn't necessarily unprecedented. Like, a game like Mario, come on. So a game like Mario World, like, it has many, many different gimmicks. Usually it's like one per world, which I guess makes Shovel Knight slightly revolutionary in this sense, because you're having, like, multiple every part of the world. But I think the way you're supposed to think about it, it's not so much like each world is like a level in Mario. It's more like each world is like a world in Mario. Like, this is world, I don't know, 5, 4? And so, as you get through each checkpoint, that's kind of like going to the next level. Now, they do have it set up a little strangely in that you can't, like, go back to previous levels necessarily. But I mean, I never really understood why you would even want to do that in a Mario game. I mean, I guess you could grind for coins. How close am I to dying? It feels like I should be close to dying, but I really am not, huh? It just goes with that perception of risk versus actual risk. So I'm noticing some flaws with some of my strategies. Okay. Now all I need is a new checkpoint, and then I can really rest easy. Well, I was gonna say I have to play it a little bit safe, but I accidentally backed my way into some wall chicken, so... Okay, okay, now I'm rich. So now, in theory, I could go back to the merchant guy and buy that thing, which is good, because I think this is technically a secret level? So where... Huh. I really don't trust this, because, like, it feels like a dead drop, but there were blocks, there was a coin, and it's like, well, if you don't trust blocks and coins, then maybe you're being a little too paranoid. That being said, I feel like any amount of paranoid is good in this game. Like, honestly, you can never be quite too paranoid. Well, until it hampers your daily functioning. That is the DSIM definition of when you are probably too paranoid. Okay, so let's use some thinking. Oh. Well, okay. So I thought I could use the floor missile as a missile to destroy this. Thought I could use the fireball as a missile to destroy this, but nope. Okay. This is... Oh, okay. That was easy. Easy peasy. Didn't even breathe hard. A little bit. Checkpoint. Okay. I'm home free. Nothing can stop me now. I even have full life against Treasure Knight. That means I'll have cleared his level without dying. I mean, ignoring those few times I died in the platforming. Let us duel. Winner take all. Well, this guy looks like he is absolutely loaded, so I am very much interested in that proposition. Oh my god. What? This guy has like a giant sign on his back. Pogo me, please. And it's like, holy cow. The developers even like second guess them. Oh, okay, he can attack up. And it's like, well, okay, good. Otherwise, he'd have been like completely open. Oh, okay, I was gonna say treasure chest, really? Shovel Knight, you fell for that twice. Don't fall for that 3 times. See, I didn't even need the weird harpoon hook. Ooh, halfway. So I guess there were only 8 Robot Masters. Which makes sense, because there were only 8 Robot Masters in Mega Man ever since the 4th... Well, I mean, ever since the 2nd one. But I actually don't know that. I do know there were 6 in the first one, but I want to say there were 6 in all of them. No, but there are 8 in the X games, so we'll assume they're all like the X games. That's kind of interesting. The Mega Man X games versus the Extreme Sports League, the X games. The same or different? You tell me. Oh my gosh, we have suddenly found ourselves in the windfall. Time to go to Armor Town and waste it all. So, this Dynamo Mail, I can't quite understand it. It refers to something called a shovel drop. I don't know what a shovel drop is, but from the description it sounds like a pogo. And so I think this Dynamo Mail might be exactly what I like in life. Now, unfortunately, this is the perfect thing to use to counter Treasure Knight. But we just countered Treasure Knight. So well, maybe this will be useful later. We'll find out. And oh, okay, so you can switch for free. I was kind of wondering what was up with that. Now, it's kind of sad to see Shovel Knight's trademark blue suit of armor gone, but maybe the Pogo Power will make up for it. And on that note, we are officially poor right now. I mean, I'm sure I have some treasure notes I could redeem back at the Reshopery, but that doesn't really matter. So next up, we have Mole Knight, and well, I guess the way is blocked, so we have Mole Knight. So next time, we'll fight Mole Knight in the Lost City. But until then, this cat's got a scat.